So, I am Arshdeep Singh. I'm from Jalandhar, Punjab, and I'm a budding wildlife photographer. Once I was traveling with my father, who is also a wildlife photographer, to Kapurthala, Punjab. I saw two spotted owlets sneaking inside a pipe. I told my dad, but he didn't believe me. He thought I was mistaken. But we waited for 20 minutes. The owls didn't show up. My father looked at me and I requested him for 10 more minutes. As soon as I said that, one owl came out and stood at the edge of the pipe. And after a couple more minutes, another owl also appeared. The two spotted owlets huddled together at the opening of an old waste pipe and looked straight into my lens. I immediately requested my father's camera and telephoto lens and gently rested the camera on the car window and waited. I wasn't at the eye level. I raised the car window up to get to the eye level with the owls, framing the pair off center and using a shallow depth of field to isolate them from the building behind. I created a characterful portrait of a species that is adapted to urban life. I have named them Laila and Majnu, and I hope I always see them happy together. This picture won me the BBC Wildlife Photographer of the Year 2018 in the category of 10 years and under. This picture also won me the Junior Asian Wildlife Photographer of the Year 2018 in the category of 18 years and under. Thanks to Laila and Majnu. In November 2018, I was declared the winner of Junior Comedy Wildlife Photographer of the Year in the category of 16 years and under. It was one of Laila and Majnu images, but a different one. This one. I captured this funny moment of Laila and Majnu answering nature call. I was at the right place at the right time. I hope people over here who think owls or other wildlife is superstitious for them, just think of me. I am here with you all because of these cute creatures only. This picture made an impact worldwide because of these owls in these pipes. There are not many trees left, and that's why these owls build their home in these broken pipes, like in this image. April 2018 was the last time I saw Laila and Majnu, and after that, they never came back to their pipe, and I never saw them. I felt very sad. These owls were a blessing for me, and I hoped I could see them. I missed them so much. I printed my bed sheet, my pillow cover, my cushion with their images. I also have a poster of them in my room. I never gave up, and I got lucky and saw them almost after a year. Now they're happily back in their pipe home. When your father is a wildlife photographer, as mine is, all your family holidays are in forest. And even if you think that your next holiday will not be in a forest, it turns out yet to be in a different forest. In my forest travels, I always saw my father constantly capturing natural beauty with his camera and lenses. On my 5th birthday, my father gifted me my first DSLR camera, and that was the beginning of my wildlife photography journey. I kept clicking pictures of bees and insects in my backyard. My father was always by my side, guiding me to become a better photographer every day. But I am here with you all today to speak on something different, something that is very dear to my heart. I am going to speak on wildlife conservation. Wildlife is a precious gift to all of us from our Mother Earth. Wildlife is found in all ecosystems. The term fauna is not only used for animals, but also for all life forms, including birds, insects, fungi, and even microscopic organisms. to maintain a healthy ecological balance on this land. Animals, birds, and marine species are as important as humans. Every organism on this planet has a unique place in the food chain that contributes to its own ecosystem in its own way. But unfortunately, in today's time, many animals and birds are endangered. On this earth, we find from majestic oaks to the tiniest grass. We can find from the huge whale to the tiniest flies. All are created in a very balanced way by our Mother Earth. We, the human beings, don't have the capacity to contribute to these marvelous creations, but we can protect them. Thus, conservation of wildlife is necessary to maintain a healthy ecological balance on this land. Natural habitats of animals and plants are destroyed for land development and agriculture by humans. Poaching and hunting for fur, meat, leather are some other factors contributing to the extinction of wildlife. Extinction of wildlife will have a fatal impact on the human race as well. So for us as human beings, it is a great responsibility to save our earth, our wildlife, and most importantly, ourselves. Here are some deep reasons for deep understanding why wildlife plays such an important role to maintain a healthy ecological balance on this land. What is wildlife conservation? Wildlife conservation refers to the act of protecting wildlife from being destroyed. The time has arrived to save the wildlife from the cruel clutches of men. That human beings are the main destroyer of wildlife. For example, the one-horned rhinos of Assam are on the verge of extinction as poachers are killing them on daily basis for their own benefits. Let us explore why wildlife is the topmost priority now. Hundreds of millions of people whose livelihood depends on forest resources are today hapless victims of deforestation. The lack of conservation by farmers in the highland region often leads to the deluge in the low-lying areas. Deforestation and lack of conservation also lead to the precious loss of biodiversity. Countless rare species of animals and birds are lost every day. The indirect effect of lack of wildlife conservation is increase in the infertility of soil and drought. You know, trees were worshipped in ancient India, but we don't do justice to that belief today. Recent research found that we have lost 77% of our world's wilderness. Time has arrived to save what remains. As global citizens, it is our duty to save our earth, our environment, and thereby rescue our Mother Earth from its present crisis. If we fail to do so, Mother Earth will inevitably seek her revenge from us, and we will have to face our doom in the near future. It is incumbent upon us to save our planet. What is the importance of wildlife conservation? It is not necessary to describe a lot about importance of wildlife conservation. We should not allow a part of wildlife to vanish from this earth. We all know that nature maintains the balance of its own. For example, trees not only provide us oxygen, but also maintain the climatic condition of a region. Again, the birds control the population of insects in our ecosystem. Gandhiji once said, "What we are doing to the forest of the world is a mirror reflection of what we are doing to ourselves and to one another." This is very true, especially after all my holidays in forest. We can see amazing species of wildlife with which we share our planet. But if we are not careful, maybe in future, we don't have the opportunity to see such kind of varieties. So on the behalf of Laila and Majnu, Let us do our bit to protect and preserve every inch of remaining biodiversity.